Hello, today we're going to be talking about some new details that have been released for the new DLC Stones Unturned that have been released on the Mafia Twitter. And I know some of you guys don't have Twitter, so I kind of tried to compile all of the pictures and all the information that's been released on the Twitter and bring it to YouTube, so it's exposed to everyone that doesn't have it. So let's get straight into it. A lot of information has been coming out, more picture based rather than like concrete evidence and stuff. The first one is more information on our villain, Connor Aldridge, and it is revealed that he's in fact or was part of the CIA in 1963, but an event that is yet to be revealed has made the CIA presume him dead in Saigon. This event could have been taking place after the cutscene we were shown with him and John Donovan, seeing as they were in Saigon at the time, and I'm presuming the time would be 1963. So what is he in fact in depth with? So Aldridge is obviously displaying himself to be some kind of independent businessman or some independent mercenary or something, that he's trying to get information or he's trying to achieve a goal for the CIA in deep cover, similar to a spy. So the scar on his cheek could be a mark of the event that presumed him dead. So I'm thinking that something happened that John Donovan was involved in, and as we got a kind of video slash GIF thing on Twitter showing that Donovan was all shook up because obviously he knows that Connor Aldridge is alive and he's possibly gunning for him, or the fact that Connor Aldridge poses a bigger threat and the fact that he's alive could mean the end. We were also introduced to a new side character, which I'm gonna think that he's replacing MJ as the side character of this DLC, and there's obviously going to be a new kind of side character that gives activities in the Sign of Times DLC. So this guy is called Robert Marshall. I'm assuming that him and John Donovan have known each other for quite a while, and that's how they have this little friendly banter on this little, once again, video slash GIF thing that was released on Twitter, and that he has experience within interrogating people, as he has this snappy little line about his cattle prod being a useful tool to his stiffs. So he's obviously got some experience in interrogating people, as well as John Donovan, as we remember him saying about him in 1963, the time we heard that JFK was killed, was him interrogating a NVA officer's mother just to get him talk. So he could possibly be linked to that, but who knows? We're yet to find that out. So next is about a Russian plane that went down in Cuba. So this could possibly be the location of the new DLC, Cuba, believe it or not, or that could have possibly been the destination that the plane was traveling to, and it crashed in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico while it was on its way to Cuba, and it went MIA basically. But it also says that the flight crew is missing, so I'm guessing that it might have been an inside job and that it was all planned from the start. But the big question is, what was in fact on that plane? Because as we all know, this is a Russian plane going to Cuba, and we all know that Russia and Cuba were in cahoots during the Cold War with nuclear weapons. So going back to my theory when I made the first video on Connor Aldridge, and I said that he could possibly be linked to WMD's, Weapons of Mass Destruction, if you don't know that. Connor could have possibly has taken the nuclear arms that were on board of the plane that were flying to Cuba, and is now using them against whoever, possibly the US or the United States, because he possibly feels betrayed that the fact that the mission that he was on had possibly went wrong and near killed him, and that's why he's presumed dead. It also has a name at the bottom, Pedro Pan. That could possibly be the captain that was flying the plane, or it could have been the guy who was receiving what was on the plane. Because Pedro is like a kind of Hispanic / Cuban name, or it could possibly be an American name. Who knows? But it's just strange that that name would be down there. It's not a name I've heard of before, but it's quite peculiar, so we'll best look out for that. So next is the most exciting information, right? We've got 3 pictures of new places in New Bordeaux that are going to be added. One of them is a restaurant, so that opens the possibilities of us actually being able to consume food like Mafia 2. Hopefully it's fully operational, not just like the Blackbriar patch where you can just walk in and and not being able to do something. Like, it's a bit stupid adding a restaurant if you can't do anything, like. Or maybe it's linked to some kind of activity. But also, the biggest thing people have been asking for is to eat food, basically. It seems weird to think, but it's just one of them. It's just one of them things we got used to in Mafia 2, but it just improves the realism, basically. And the second picture was kind of, it looks like a factory. To me, it looks like a factory because there's like boxes everywhere, there's dead bodies. I don't really know what that would be. I think it'll be used for a mission, specifically for this DLC, similar to the Fallout 3 when they would add buildings for DLC so you can activate the DLC. Maybe to activate this DLC to start it, you'll have to go to that building, find a dead body, and then Donovan fucking calls you up, and then obviously finds out Connor Aldridge is still alive. And finally, this one was quite strange because I couldn't figure out what it was. It kind of looks like a clothing store. Like, I would love for it to be a clothing store, but I doubted they would like stretch their ability to open a clothing store. Like, I think it just looks like a store. I don't really have anything to say about it. It must be something important because obviously they wouldn't bring it out. Like, but if in an ideal world, I would say that was a clothing store and would get to buy different clothing or different colours of clothing of the clothing that we have. And a bit of a tongue twister there. I was about to say twister. Which is called Boicheros, or Boicheros, or Boicherets. I've tried to search up the name just to find out what it meant or what kind of origin it came from, and it literally didn't track to anything, so I kind of pinpoint where the origins of this word came from, or even what it means. Hopefully it's a clothing store, but it's a kind of shop that sells something. So I'm quite excited to find out more about this place. But I'm quite excited for the DLC altogether. As more information comes out every day, well, not every day, but comes out most days, I just get pretty excited for this. More information has come out than Faster Baby. I think we've got 1 or 2 or maybe 3, like 6 tweets of Faster Baby, but nothing is in depth of the story as this one. Like, where it talks about the missing plane and the villain. It didn't really give her much background in Slim. It only told her that he let's put quotation marks here, won the election, but nothing like Aldridge where it goes into his background as he used to be in the CIA, and he's obviously gone rogue after he thinks that the US have been trying to kill him, but obviously he's got it all wrong and he's just turned into a rogue agent to get payback on the country that betrayed him. So yeah, that's it, I presume. Like and subscribe for some more, and tell us what you think in the comments.